Good morning, you lovely subscribers of mine. Thank you so much for requesting this. Now we're going to have a chat. I'm going to have my coffee and we're going to have a good old conversation today. It is very early in the morning, so you'll have to excuse my just got up look, and I will explain why this is a mini issue with what we spoke about yesterday in Motivational Monday. So yes, it is literally the crack of dawn. The birds are up and the builders are not here yet, and we're going to talk about all of that in a minute. Must first drink some of my coffee, and this is going to remain unedited unless I completely cock up, but let's hope not. Oh my god, don't you just love that like morning coffee? I always froth up my milk. Lovely. So as you've seen by now, I've titled up this video to say this is only for my subscribers. So if you're here and you're not a subscriber, you know what to do. Hit the subscribe button. And what we're going to do is just literally going to have a bit of a chat today about what you replied to me yesterday. Now, on the Motivational Monday videos, we get a small audience of you who are very invested. You very often inbox me or send little private messages on other platforms, and sometimes you leave comments down there, which means the absolute world to me. I really like that. Now, yesterday I was thinking, you know, a small amount of you, when I release a travel video, it can get 5,000, 10,000. I mean, I've got a video up that's 350,000 views, which is a whole lot different to 30 views. But I've been on a course, a YouTube course with Tim Schmoyer, who is absolutely incredible. And he says on there, it's about changing lives. And that's totally my philosophy, is I want to make a difference to your life. Now, probably 5, 6, maybe 7 of you reached out to me yesterday and said, just please do more videos. And what I was wobbling about was not, are my videos worthwhile? It wasn't like anything like that. It was because I think anything that you do that's affecting even one person is worthwhile. But it was a case of, what does my audience want? Do they want these travel videos all the time? And obviously I can't do that at the minute. So I am going to talk in a second. I'm going to have to keep this brief and I'll tell you why. But in a nutshell, I want to create videos on this channel that is going to make a difference, that is going to make an impact, but not just for you, but obviously for me as well. It needs to be worth my while. And I don't necessarily mean financially or anything like that, just worth my time of putting this in. Because when I started this channel, there's a whole story to that, which will be another video. And this is what I'm thinking about doing on these little videos that are for you. I have got so many stories, and so many of them sound very, very far-fetched. Like the time that I lost my hearing, and that's happened multiple times, and what did they do and how did I get it back? My Weight Watchers story, when I worked for Weight Watchers, how I didn't lose any weight, what I found out about the company, how I ended up getting pregnant through my IVF, and that is a massive long story. But there's lots of like little ones that as I'm sort of getting ready in the morning, I'm thinking, oh yeah, I could tell them about that. They might find that interesting. So ultimately on this channel, I feel like I'm a visual storyteller. And obviously, as you know by now, I like to write books. And what I'm hoping to do long term for my career is make videos that tell stories, and that there's generally a book somewhere to accompany that if it's book worthy, if you know what I mean. So that's been my career plan for a long time, but I've had a little bit of a like, what do I actually do about that? Only because life is super busy right now with the building work, as you've probably seen on the renovation videos. If not, they are in their own playlist, renovation videos. What did I call it? Home renovations, I think, something like that. Do you like my mug? Like class of 2018. I didn't manage to get one for 2020. No, yeah, it's this year. I graduated. Oh my goodness. It's so weird, like when you think back to Mexico in January and my graduation, which was straight after, it seems as though 2020's only been lockdown, but we did have January, didn't we? Well, we had February as well. Now I'm going to get disturbed. So I think I'm totally going to have to edit this video. Did I hear the gate, or was that my imagination? See, again, might be my hearing. Do you remember yesterday's video? I was like, I know I'm going to get disturbed, and I didn't. Maybe I manifested that for today. So in a nutshell, these little videos I'm going to try and do every day. I'm not going to promise, but I'm going to try and do every day, because I do want them to make some sort of difference in your life. So it might be just sitting down like this. I'm coming here, the house is chaos and noisy, and and I'm just like, ugh. So this is quite a good place, but as long as I can get here before 7 o'clock in the morning to make these videos. If I can't, then we're a bit buggered. But that is my plan, is to try and tell you little stories or little snippets. Now, I went through the other day a load of photographs from here, and it evoked so many emotions for me. And I've picked a load aside because do you ever read those biography sorts of books that have, in the middle generally, they have a load of photograph pages? Those are my favourite bit. I love those, where they have all the little snippets and the stories underneath. So what I plan to do is to make a video for you, show you all these photos and tell you the story that goes with it. So we're going to do that over a period of time. I'm not afraid at all of letting you into my life. I'm a very transparent human being, and I will tell you my downsides as well as my upsides. And that, I think, is the difference between me and other law of attraction people, is that so many of them are like, yes, just think happy. You know, yes, do just try and think happy, but sometimes you have them days when it's so hard to do that and your mind's going bang. So I'm here to tell you that's okay. Just try not to sort of harbour on that too much. Makes sense. If this video ends abruptly, I will apologise. But I you know me by now, I could talk and talk forever. So sometimes these are going to be like little 2 or 3 minute videos, just to sort of say hello you, have a fantastic day and do this and this and this. But as I was saying about with my course with Tim Schmoyer, I actually spoke to him directly, and I said, I do feel I've got a story to tell, but it's more of a pat on the back, a tap on the head saying you can do this, because that's, as you know, my thing that nobody told me I could. So I didn't know that till I was like well into my 30s, that things were so achievable. I just thought life was like pants and rubbish, and you were dealt what you were dealt, and you just got to kind of get on with that. And when I learnt that it wasn't, I can't lie, I've gone through a little bit of an angry phase. What was that film, Pretty Woman, where Richard Gere says, oh, it cost me $1 million in therapy to learn to say I was very angry at my father. Do you remember? So I did go through a bit of an angry phase and think, why did no one tell me? But maybe some people don't believe these things, and some people can't communicate that onwards. So I don't know, whatever reason. But so that's what made me want to start this YouTube channel. The next video I'm going to talk to you about is what I'm going to do while I can't travel, because I've taken a decision not to travel at all this year. I have underlying health conditions. I'm a little bit nervous of this pneumonia that I've had, and still coughing every morning. I'm still struggling with that. So I'm not going to travel this year. What am I going to do as a travel vlogger? So I know you all love those vlogs when I travel, and the stories from them are brilliant. So I'm going to do, tomorrow's video is going to be about that. So make sure that you're back for that, and subscribe and thumbs up. But don't go away yet, because I haven't finished by a long way. So basically, if you're still here, I want you to ask me some questions. So you can ask me anything, and I will very likely answer you. Now, whether that be personal stuff about life, about you can ask me about nutrition. Obviously, you know, I'm a excuse me, I'm a registered nutritionist. You probably know that, and I will be open to giving you some nutrition advice. I am starting to see patients again really soon, so that's going to be quite interesting / a little bit scary with all else that's going on in life at the minute. But if you've got questions, then do ask me, because me changing my nutrition in my life completely changed things. I had a lovely message from my friend Sally yesterday, and she said to me, I've seen some of your old photos that you've been posting. She said, and one, you looked very unhappy. It was a bit difficult sometimes. She said, and two, she said, you look completely different. And I did. Like, I look so different since I've given up gluten, and I've been gluten free now for 12 years, 13 years, 12 years I think. And since I went gluten free, because I didn't realise all those years, I didn't know I was celiac. The minute that I stopped eating gluten, everything changed. My face shape changed, and you name it, so much has changed. And I think, you know, I'm just starting to get a few of those little lines now. But considering I'm 50 years old, I think, you know, it's kept my skin on the straight and narrow pretty well by eating to my things. So anyway, whether it be gluten related, whether it be allergens, because obviously you might know, you might not, I'm an allergen practitioner, so I have these allergen tests as well, so I know quite a bit about food allergies, whether you want to know, I don't know, ask me anything. Ask me about my YouTube aspirations and goals, about the books, about what my future books might look like, about something personal to me, my children, my house, my relationships, which is cloak and dagger. Let's say that, because you don't see an awful lot of me posting things about that. Anything you want to know, ask me. Leave it in the comments, or if you want to reach out and do it privately, you can. You know my email's always down there, or Instagram private message is a really good way. So yeah, and I am thinking about putting these up on IGTV. I might do that on my author bio page, but not totally sure about that, because I do love YouTube. I really love being here with you guys and chatting and doing all the other things. So I really appreciate that you've come back and said to me, yes, please do these videos, because it's given me some clarity to know what I'm going to do. I am starting today to sell some things on Amazon. My Amazon books are out of stock, which is very frustrating, because we got to number 12 in the charts and then there was out of stock, and I have some books. So I'm like, right, I'm going to get my books up to Amazon. It's going to cost me a little bit in a monthly fee to get that up and get that done, but that's what I'm going to do today. And I wanted some clarity from like the YouTube side of things, like, do we carry on and do these videos? Do I park it until all of this Amazon seller stuff is done? Do I wait until my house is complete? Do I put these things off? Or do I get up an extra half an hour in the morning, make a video and put it up for you? Because that's what I love doing, the YouTube. I absolutely love it. And like I said, I've got so many stories to tell. Some of them would just be for your own entertainment purposes. Some of them might be inspirational and you think, oh my goodness, you know, she's done that, I'm going to do this. Some of them might just be because we're having a catch up and a quick coffee. So I might even start to say that to you in some of these. Some of these videos are going to be just like, sit down, have a coffee with me, and let's just have a catch up, because I like to feel that, you know, like I say, there's this really precious handful of you who I feel close to. You might not think that. You might think, oh, I just leave the odd comment. But I do feel as though we have a connection, which is so lovely, and it makes me a bit emotional actually saying that. Some of you, we've gone that little bit further and we actually do have a connection and we do inbox each other, which is so nice. And it just means a lot. It really, really means a lot. And I want to try and make a difference to somebody, especially if somebody's having a bad day or I don't know, whatever. So it's a Pandora's box now. So it's over to you. Please do leave me questions down there that I will address those in a couple of days' time, because I'm going to be filming the next video. It's going to be about what a travel vlogger does whilst there's no travel available. And again, it'll be a sit down chatty one, and I'll let you know what am I going to do, what's the future look like, and all the rest of it. Meanwhile, I wish you a lovely day. Go and watch another video, why not, because it will be fun for you to do that. In fact, let me link an old one for you here in the end cards. It's there, or it's there. Click it and go and watch, and I will see you in my next video. Loads of love to you. Thank you again for asking for this, because this means a lot to me. It means the absolute world, and I'm going to drink the rest of my coffee 12 minutes in and it's still nice and hot. So have a great day, you guys, and I'll see you later. Lots of love. Bye.